It is a beautiful autumn night at Los Altos High School, and we're coming to you from the Dude Angus Gym, where the visiting Los Gatos WildCats are just about ready to take on the home team, the Los Altos Eagles. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Messner, and with me tonight is Will Lowe. And Will, of course, is well known for being a coach over at City Beach Volleyball Club, where he's been for over a decade. And Will, I know that you're familiar with both of these teams to some extent, but what are going to be the keys to this game between the Eagles and the Wildcats?
Yeah, Mike, first of all, thanks for having me here. I think for Los Gatos, having been swept at home, that should serve as extra motivation to compete, hopefully take this and win over here at away game.
Now, as you said, they did lose at home against these Eagles last time, and it was by straight sets, which, in addition to being humiliating, maybe indicated a little bit about the physical prowess of both the games, or both the teams. What element is endurance going to play in a match like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the stats, Mike, I mean, Los Altos leads basically in kills, in blocks, in aces. So, but, you know, every match is different. You never know who's going to show up. So, again, like you said, with endurance, it's, hey, can we stay the course? Can we pass in system? Can we serve tough, take the other team out of system? Can we defend against their best hitter, put a double block on that? So just your basic, you know, volleyball fundamentals, and we'll see where it takes us.
There are a lot of key statistics, of course, and you've mentioned a few of them here, Will. And they do tend to favor Los Altos on paper. But we've also seen teams that can come away from those statistics and still eke out a victory. So can we see that that's going to happen with Los Gatos tonight?
Again, any match, who knows who's going to show up. So stats are the stats. What's your heart on the court? What can you do?
So there's a couple of players that we're going to be looking at in particular tonight. From Los Gatos, we have Isabel Isick, and she leads the team in both kills and blocks. I think that says a lot about her versatility as a player from what we can see.
Yeah, definitely a sixth rotation player, I suspect. And again, for Los Altos, they got to know who the big players are and be able to defend that.
The other one that we need to look at, Will, tonight is Adrina Tang, and she's wearing number 5 tonight, and she's the serving ace. 38 aces so far for Adrina, and also 230 assists. So that probably says a lot about her ability to be mobile.
Yeah, well, as a setter, you have to. You've got to chase down those bad passes and basically set butter to your hitters.
And then on the Los Altos side, there are so many talented young ladies here, but one above all is Naomi Cremu, who leads the Eagles in receptions and kills. And Will, you're familiar with Naomi?
Yeah, Mike, thanks. Yeah, in fact, I had the pleasure of coaching Naomi at 14, so I have really seen her blossom as a player. When she stepped on the court at first practice, you just knew she had something there. So athletic family. Her dad actually played for the French national team, and her whole family plays. So looking forward to seeing her play.
It's going to be quite a match, and so we're just about ready to give it a go. And you can see that the standings in the De Anza League, Pali, of course, leading. Pali, always a force to be reckoned with. Homestead, Mountain View locked in a tie for second. And then Los Altos, very much in the thick of it at 4-2. And Los Gatos, a little bit of a deficit there in the win-loss record. But as you said, Will, anything can happen. And as I've said, it usually does.
Well, the standings aren't that far apart. So you eke out a win over here, and, you know, you're pretty right in it. So.
All right, well, we're just about to get started here. The Wildcats and the Eagles at Los Altos High School. So we're about ready to kick it off now. And the opening serve coming from the Wildcats, handled by Los Altos. Over, off the ceiling. Well handled, though, by the Wildcats. And again, tipped over. And almost a double hit there. Got to be careful. Poked over there. Right in the middle of the, kind of underneath, as we might say in football, Will.
Yeah, really good start here. A long rally, again, for Los Gatos. That's what they're going to have to do. They're just going to have to play good defense.
Yeah. Coordinated and didn't go for the spike. They figured that they didn't need muscle under those circumstances. Served back, handled, and back over now, and double blocked, but well handled by the Eagles. And it looks like that might have been a double hit, Will. Did you see that?
Absolutely. So the refs certainly look if a non-setter sending that ball and it's extra scrutiny, and you can tell the ball was spinning a lot, so definitely a double.
And that can be the kiss of death if you're playing defense. Back over. And that one, no worries about that getting home. That was Jackie Wong that was hitting that one, and she's a 5'10" senior, and that was just textbook.
Yeah, nice line shot. I believe there might have been a gap in that block too, and so she was able to hit through that seam.
Jackie's played 256 sets of volleyball rather, at Los Altos High School, and that's a remarkable feat. And well handled there. Back over. And another one for the Eagles. You know, Will, a lot of people who don't know tons about volleyball would say that height can be an advantage, but it's not always. What can you say about height, especially on the front line?
Well, height certainly helps if you have a big presence, but what you make up for is athleticism. And in this case, if you can run a fast offense, you can create a lot of gaps in the block, and that's kind of what you're looking for.
Tipped over, and the libero handles it. And now back, tipped again. Attempted a deflection there, now passed over. And just out on that one. That was Lauren Wang who was serving there for the Eagles. She's a senior and a second year on the varsity. And now Skylar McKinnon serving now for the Wildcats, and that just got over. Handed by Caitlin Wong. And not quite enough. I don't think Skylar was expecting that to come that fast or that hard.
Yeah, Mike, I think for Los Altos, they made something good out of a bad pass, and that was just a really, really tough flat float serve right over. A little bit of struggle, but they got a side out of that.
And they did. And Skylar's hitting percentage, not what you would expect for a backcourt defender, but she is a good server. Now, good handling there, by Jackie. And again off of Skylar. And Skylar in the backcourt, a lot of times it's harder to estimate what time the ball's going to arrive there. Okay, and that one was just headed straight at her.
Yeah, and also the fact that I think Naomi just pretty much jumps out of the gym, so she was sort of able to hit over the block.
Yeah, she had a license to fly there. Corrine McCabe now serving for the Eagles. And over. Passed. And the kill made there by Isabel Isick, whom we talked about earlier, Will.
Yeah, Mike, I really think that tonight is going to be the game of the outsides. You know, who's going to be swinging hard, getting kills. So we'll see. That
is Isabel's 335th kill as a high school volleyball player. That is an enviable record. Back over. Oh, a double block there.
Yeah, that set was a little bit tight, and so she had to chase that down and pretty much had to hit flat and right into the block.
I believe that was Olivia Lowe, no relation, and Ashlyn Vervalen, if I'm not mistaken. Now back over. That's Melina Pasic, who was doing the serving there.
There you go.
And that time, we were never fooled. So Los Altos was there right from the very beginning. Was that Naomi who hit that one?
It was Naomi, Mike. And you can tell, again, the difference in the set. That set before, really tight. She kind of had to push it. This one off the net, probably about 5 feet off. She was able to do something with it.
And she handled it beautifully. It must be that coaching she's had. Caitlin Wong now serving. And handled, and I don't think they were going for that, but they turned a negative into a positive there. Well done. That was Adrina Tang who was in on that, the setter.
That was a really, really nice set. A little bit tight. She got up there, pulled that ball off the net, and I love it when the middle trusts her setter, and she's willing to go for that quick attack.
And that's Olivia Lowe who finished that off. She's a middle blocker, and she's a sophomore, and standing 5'11". Now, maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. And again, that might have been headed out, but the Eagles play it anyway. And the referee saw something there she didn't like. What happened there, Will?
That was a net. That was a tight pass. The setter either ran into a net or was under and got called for it.
Yeah. When you're focusing on the ball, it's so difficult to see the net in your peripheral vision, I would think. Ooh, okay, that one was kind of left hanging. And dug out nicely there by the libero. And Isabel Isick driving it home again. Isabel will be headed out of Los Gatos High School next year, and she is trying to impress some college scouts tonight, believe you me. And up and down, and that one heads to Los Altos.
Yeah, Mike, this is really fun. Literally, it's setting the outside, and it's battle the outside, so.
Well, that's something we're going to have to watch, Will, because that's something that if they can stay consistent on it, we're going to have quite a match, and it's probably not going to be a straight set match again, I can tell you that.
Yeah, they're motivated.
And that was Katie Kishton there, one of the captains of the Los Altos
So, Mike,
Eagles.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, please, go ahead.
Yeah, so one of the ways to combat a really hot hitter is serve at her, make her have to pass the ball, and then take her out of system. So in this case, that's what they did.
Katie Kishton, 111 aces with that last one.
Bit of a double on that last ball.
Yeah, that looked like it was. There's Katie. Served up, that's Isabel, and Isabel, a lot of open space there on the Los Altos right flank, and Isabel made her pay.
Yeah, I think if Coach Peter, one of the strategies is how do I find a big block to slow her down? If I can slow her down, things are going to go my way.
Yeah, and Peter Kim was just pointing at that right boundary, Will, and saying, look, we need to cover that more tightly.
That's right. Got to cover that line.
Doesn't take much. Now, that one was a little bit long. And who is the server on that? That was Isabel Lissick. So we'll see that, and just too far off, and good vision there by Los Altos not to play that one. Now Naomi Cremu, outside hitter, 5'10", and a sophomore. Jump serve, just over the net. Set, and a double block there, but the Wildcats handle it, and they're back over. There's Jackie Wang. Over again by, that was Jackie. And a double block there, and out of bounds. When you're doing a double block, I mean, is aiming it your biggest objective, or is it just to make sure it doesn't get down?
Well, the key is, first of all, take away space. You got to penetrate. Put those hands over the net, and then you try to funnel that back into the court. That
was Ashlyn Vervalen on the serve there. Now that's tipped, and somebody coming to the rescue there. That was Ashlyn. And served, and another double block.
Oh, great.
And Los Altos has to rescue it, and they do a great job of it. Both these teams reacting very well to what the other is throwing, and that's why we have a 10-9 ball game right now. And back over, and that one was headed out. Skylar McKinnon trying there for a cross-court score, and it didn't quite pay off.
It was a good idea, right? She's been dug the past couple of attempts there, so why not try mixing it up?
Yeah, the ball placement there just wasn't quite enough. All right, we're going to have a substitution there, and that is Megan Corley, whom I'm proud to say is one of my students, serving for the Eagles, and over it goes, and
great spot. Got
a little bit of a break on that one. And I'm not sure if that hit the line or whether it was touched or both, but Los Altos now with an 11-10 lead.
Yeah, that was a really good spot. Not sure she meant to do that, but basically hit the sideline.
Well, once maybe, but if she does it again, I think we got a pattern there, and I think we can say she's a good server.
And that would have her start serving.
Oh, no kidding. Back over. Ooh, jump fake there. And Los Gatos still handles it. Boy, both these teams are cohesive. And that one, just bad luck. Okay, and off a Los Gatos player, and so Los Altos maintains control there.
Mike, one thing I noticed with Jackie is she's doing a really good job of trying to tool and hit off the block. The past attempts, there's been a touch, but it's been going past the block. So.
And Megan may be trying too hard on that one. Megan played as a freshman on the JV and then was not playing for Los Altos last year, and she's come, and this is her first year on the varsity.
Oh, good for her.
So, yeah, and she certainly had a nice little run there. So now the ball back in the control of the Wildcats, and that's Adrina Tang, whom we've talked about before. Adrina only a sophomore and only 5'8", but we're going to see what she can do as a server. And there it goes. Oh, and Jackie Wang trying to dig that one out and couldn't quite get it. And that was excellent ball placement, I thought, by the Wildcats, Will.
Well, that's why she's leading with 38 serving aces heading into this match.
Make that 39.
Exactly.
Now that's handled. There's Jackie. Oh, double block. Handled by the Eagles. That's Katie Kishton. Now back over. Oh, a little bit of shoving there. And now the libero handles it. Now over to McKinnon. And a diving save there by Caitlin Wong. And now back over. Again, setting up. And driven home there beautifully by Ashlyn Vervalen. And again, textbook, and it's a textbook rally.
Yeah, if you notice, the setter had to take one of that free ball. And if I'm Peter Kim, I'm not happy about that. You want someone to take that ball and let the setter set.
You know, Ashlyn has only played 5 sets, and so in her career, and doesn't have great numbers, but she shows that she has talent. And on that particular rally, and that one was headed out. I believe that was Tori Hausch on that one, Will.
That was Tori.
Outside hitter, but we're seeing more strength from the left side of the Los Altos attack than from the right side.
And it's also harder, too, because as a righty, she is hitting across her body, so there's an adjustment that needs to be made.
Makes sense. Okay. Now Adrina Tang with the serve. Dug out.
Ooh.
And a very low pass. And that could have gone either way. That was Claire Kwok on the kill.
Really good body control. That set was a little tight, but she was able to avoid the net. So.
Yeah, is that something that coaches say that you got to give room for people to maneuver, or do you want it as close to the net as you can?
You want it typically 3 feet off the net. 3 to 5 feet off the net is a safe spot.
Yeah, that was more like 3 to 5 inches.
Yeah, exactly.
Now handled again. And driven home beautifully, Jackie Wang again. And Jackie showing why she's going to be a major missing piece next year, because she's graduating in 2019. A 5'10 senior, a right setter, and an outside hitter. Now Lauren Wang continuing to serve. I taught Lauren last year. Very smart girl, very good student. And that one, that's Melina Pasek, all 5'10" of her, going up on that one.
Yeah, nice shot from Elena. She actually played for us at club, but mainly as a middle, so it's been an adjustment for her to play to pin and on the right side. So
now Taylor Vales, who's only 5'2" and a freshman. And that's something, Will, I noticed there's a lot of freshmen. There are 4 or 5 freshmen on this Los Gatos squad and none for Los Altos.
Yeah, well, kudos to them for being able to step in. It's pretty hard making a varsity team as a freshman, so kudos to her.
That says a lot about her experience in middle school and maybe in clubs like yourselves. Is that right?
Absolutely. She's probably played a few years and gets it.
So Corrine McCabe now, also a senior. She's 5'9". And here she comes. Handled. Back over now. And that was Isabel again. Neither team, Will, has really gotten a really extensive run in this first set so far.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. The only run was actually with Adriana when she served about 3 or 4, but Los Altos was able to come right back, and so now we're back and forth.
Oh, wow. Great teamwork, but again, a very tight set. And there's Isabel, and Isabel trying, and that's got to be an impossible angle to get it all the way across the court, that close to the net, almost taking the umpire out. Now Caitlin Wong, one of the captains.
It's an overpass.
Oh, well handled there. Los Altos prepared, but not that prepared.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Peter, again, you got a chance to score off that overpass, and couldn't do much, and Los Gatos were able to get the point.
Caitlin Wong, this is her 4th straight year playing on the varsity for Los Altos, with 1,150 serve receptions. And that one's not going to be in her statistic because that one was out.
It's close. Kind of floated at the tail end there, but it's pretty close.
Probably maybe have been trying too hard for an ace there.
Yeah, definitely aiming to be tough.
Now we have Katie Kishton. And Katie comes from a long tradition. Her sister Lulu played for this team in past years. Now Los Altos, so just trickling over to the Los Gatos side, and Isabel trying too hard there to return the favor and didn't quite come out, and now the Eagles back in control of this game.
So, Mike, that goes back again, the hitter and setter connection. In this case, you see Adriana was not setting, and there was another setter. She struggled with it.
And what we just saw on that was Emily Goldrup, a libero, again, another freshman, saw that ball coming at her and just wasn't set up. And I think it says a lot for the reflexes that these girls have to have.
Yeah, and then just a really tough serve. That ball probably moved on her at the last minute.
So that was a timeout that was called by the Wildcats. And I have a feeling that their coach wanted to say, hang on a second here. This is not the game we're here to play. So that's Oscar Crespo, who is their coach. I don't know how long Oscar has been with Los Gatos, but he certainly knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's definitely an experienced coach. He's coached at San Jose State and has also done club too. So know him in the club scene, very familiar with him. If I'm Coach Oscar right now, what I'm telling my girls is, look, we're only down by 2. We've been competing, head to head. So let's go ahead and commit to our seams and our passing, see that ball, okay, and then we run our hitter, and let's get a side out, and then we get on a scoring run.
And they're in the Los Altos backyard, and they're holding it within 2 points. I think that says a lot for these Wildcats. But for right now, Katie Kishton, one of the tri-captains, serving again for the Eagles. And the Wildcats wisely let that one go.
That's what you call a coach's point. Calls a timeout, and the server misses it.
Well, I think it says a lot for the mental processes. Now Isabel Isick, who's usually an outside hitter. And deflected there by Isabel. Over. Now handled by the Eagles. Tipped over right in the middle of the court, but the libero handled it. And again, a diving save there. And they still keep it going. And that one just a little bit. No! The referee saw that was in. And from my vantage point, I didn't think they were going to get away with that, but they did.
Yeah, it was a touch.
Yeah, let's see that one again. And it was tipped off a Wildcat player. I think that may have been the reason. So now Naomi. Now the Los Altos girls celebrating. Will, tell us what happened there.
Out of rotation, so somebody was in the wrong place in the serve receive rotation, so probably an overlap somewhere.
Okay, and that is probably not going to make Oscar real happy.
Not at all. Like you said, it's just a mental thing.
Or what would be called an unforced error. And that one, I think, went off of Isabel Isick out of bounds. And now Los Altos, maybe not of their own doing, but they're beginning to pull away a little bit. And another timeout called by Oscar Crespo. So, Will, we know what he was going to be saying last time. So now, is his message going to be any different to his girls?
I don't see any difference in this. It's, again, you can see the last two, Mike. It's just very mental. So, can you stay engaged in the game? Do you have a game plan? Do you have a process? So commit to that process and then get the side out.
Yeah. Los Gatos has run off, I haven't been keeping track, but it seems like it's 3 or 4 unforced errors in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, towards the end there were a few aces. And so, again, this is where, at the end of the day, it's a serve and pass game at every level. So serve tough, and then you got to be able to pass in system.
Naomi Cremoon now 33 aces and working on number 34. And up we go, and down. Handled by the libero, and Tori Hausch thought she was going to go for a tip. The only problem was it wasn't over the net. Yeah. And now Emily Goldrup, whom we talked about earlier.
Yeah, that's just a free point right there. Couldn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, well, I mean, turnabout's fair play, especially in high school volleyball. Emily Goldrup now for the Wildcats. And another point to Los Altos.
Yeah, Mike, I think that was a pass by Caitlin Wong, the libero. It really is nice to have a good libero who can basically pass the system and you can run your hitters. And there you get a first ball side out.
Emily, as we said, a freshman on the varsity, and so she's trying to make some progress. And Emily very wisely letting that one go, although that was an excellent serve. It had all the fundamentals. It was just a little bit too long. Now Adrina Tang. And she's the leader of assists and aces, so let's see if she's going to come away with another one tonight. Not this time, as the Eagles handle it. Back over, but way hard on that, and Tori Hausch probably would like to have that one back.
Yeah, she's got to make an adjustment. At least two of those have pretty much hit at the same spot, out of bounds, so.
Yeah, it seems like that's ball placement as much as anything else, and I believe that was a timeout called by Peter Kim, because I think he may have been saying, look, this set is slipping away. We've got to do something about this before they take the lead and take the set.
Yeah, there was a big lead. We've kind of given it up. So, again, same thing, passing system, find your hitters. Let's get a side out.
You know, Will, when I was in college and I played intramural volleyball, they told us that the best kind of serves were going to come off the heel of your hand rather than the fingertips. And is that something that you try to teach your kids?
Yeah, that's just, yeah, definitely, Mike. Still the same thing. You want a nice flat hand, hit with the heel in the middle of the ball. The women's game right now really is around float. A low float, flat, no spin, make that ball move.
So now we're back again with Adrina Tang. And there's that float you were mentioning, Will.
Yep.
Well hand, oh, and Claire Kwok with all of the best intentions in the world and didn't get enough height on it. And that's surprising for somebody who's 5'10", being unable to, getting caught in the net. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah, I think that set might have died a little bit low. So if she can do it again, just a little bit higher, better contact.
Because now we've got a tied game. Handled. Oh, over, and Melina Pesic taking her opportunities, or seeing her opportunities and taking them. And another timeout called.
And Mike, you notice who was serving for Los Gatos?
That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Adrina Tang.
Adrina Tang, that's correct, yep.
So, and we talked about consistency so much, Will, and it seems like there is now a bit of consistency forming on the Los Gatos side, at least in their serving game.
Yeah, I mean, volleyball is really a game of run and momentum. And so, you know, when you're feeling positive, things are going your way, there's a lot more confidence. And on this flip side, you might start to feel a little tight. So this is where you just got to lock down.
Now, that wasn't a very dramatic kill, but Melina just got the third of her career right there.
Yeah, off an overpass. Yep, easiest one ever.
Doesn't sound like a kill, that's almost a mercy killing. But Adrina, nonetheless, serving again for Los Gatos, and it is set point. And handled by the Wildcats. Back set, and off the head and the hands of Katie Kishton, and that will bring that first set to a close. So by a 25-23 score after an excellent battle on both sides, where not a whole lot of runs, and certainly not a breakaway, and certainly showing that they are not to be trifled with, the Wildcats get their first set in 4 tries against the Eagles.
Yeah, Mike, you got to give them a lot of credit. I think they were down for a while, but they just came, again, with Adriana serving tough, got on a run, and I love that last play, right? So you got to set, you know, basically your big hitter. And who is your big hitter? Okay, it's Isabel. And she's in the back row. Doesn't matter. Set your big hitter, and you get the kill, you get the win.
So we're going to see what Peter Kim and the Eagles have up their sleeves when we come back for the second set right after this. Don't you dare go away. Back here at Dude Angus Gym at Los Altos High School, where the Wildcats, coming out of the gate after being shut out last month by these Los Altos Eagles, have really fired a shot across the bow. It's Mike Messner and Will Lowe here, and Will, what is Peter Kim saying, or what did he just say, rather, to this Eagles?
Well, if I'm Peter, I'm saying, look, remember, we swept these guys at home or away, and, okay, we gave up the set, but we were in the lead, so let's go ahead and see if we can close this game towards the tail end.
And I would think that Oscar Crespo would be saying, look, ladies, we've got 2 more sets to go. We can't pull out our tent. We can't stop now. We have to go back and continue to make things happen.
Yep, it's best out of 5, so you can celebrate, but it's on to the next set.
And in that next set, we're going to have, that is Lauren Wang, whom we've talked a little bit about. Lauren's a senior. She's a setter, and she's standing 5'4". She's an excellent student. I've had the pleasure of teaching her. Second year on the varsity. Before that, she was on the JV, sophomore and freshman. And she will lead off serving. And she has gotten 40 aces as a volleyball player at Los Altos High School, 10 a year. Nice round number. Let's see if she makes it 41 tonight.
Handled there by the libero.
And am I in? Yeah. Okay. And tipped over. Los Gatos handling. Oh, way over the net. Had to reach a little bit, but managed to get it. And tipped again. Handled now. Double tip there. Fighting for it a little bit. That's Caitlin Wong. And perhaps a little bit of redemption there from Katie Kishton.
A little bit of an off-speed row shot there. Can you hear me? Okay.
All right, now we're back in. There we go. And the volleyball giveth and the volleyball taketh away.
That was a really, really nice play. Perfect pass from the libero. You run your middle, and Milena got the kill.
And here's Milena herself now, stepping up to a 1-1 contest. Over, handled there. Ooh, too much tipping going on there by the Lady Eagles. That was Lauren Wang, and I think that was Sydney Enthoven there in on that. And Sydney is 6 feet tall. Easily the tallest member of the Los Altos Eagles. And jumping might have been in there. Okay. And Katie Kishton trying there too hard. And that set was just a little bit too low, and Katie really didn't have a chance to handle it better than she did, Leo. Now Melina, and handled again. Over. And that time, Jackie Wang was in the perfect position and put it away for the Eagles with a little bit of help. Let's watch that again.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Oscar, I'm basically saying, look, that's an easy tell. She wasn't trying to hit it. You got to expect that.
Yeah, and I don't even think they were looking for daylight on that. I think it just sort of happened. And now Corrine McCabe. And that one, oh, not well handled by the libero. And now volleyed over. Here comes Enthoven. Oh,
A little tight.
Jump fake, but handled by the Wildcats. And that was Ashlyn Vervalen again, coming through. And that was a kill that was a little bit more off the net than I think a lot of times you'd see. Is that right, Will?
Yeah, it looks like the blocker basically didn't press over enough and close it and slipped right through the block there.
Now over, that was a nice low serve. And
Much better block there, way to close it out.
Nice double block there. And too far off, okay, by Naomi. And that's when Naomi's going to be worrying about for a little while there, I think.
Yeah, I suspect she was trying to find high hands. She's trying to deflect it off the block, but a little over. It's a little too high.
Yeah. That's Sydney Rogers now serving for the Wildcats. And over. And, oh my goodness. I think the antenna might have had something to do with that one. And that, all right, not that time.
Great line shot.
And it just goes to show that you can't hit what you don't really see.
Yeah, you can see wrist away. She basically churned on that.
Oh, low serve there by Caitlin Wong. Caitlin's only 5'5", so she was really straining there. And now Isabel, once again. Line drive serve there. Handled by Los Altos. Oh, tipped and tipped back, swatted back, really. Now set. And that'll go off, and that almost goes into one of the basketball hoops there. And that was our friend Naomi Cremu showing what she's been taught.
She just basically reached high and snapped down.
So here's Katie Kishkin now. Oh my goodness, and Katie came away with an ace. And that is number 112 for Katie. And that one a bit, oh, and the basketball hoop taking a roll once again. And you know, Will, I've often said that if you're playing in a place like Los Altos High School with these protruding hoops and these support beams in the ceiling, it will get involved in the nastiest ways.
Yeah, that's what you would call home court advantage, right?
Well, we've seen it in other places. Mountain View's gym is just like that, and Los Altos, probably designed by the same guy. Here's Emily Goldrup now. And a nice looping serve handled by the back line. And handled again by Emily. And again tipped. That's Jackie. And, oh, ooh. Yes. That was a little like, that was Tori Hausch that got that one. And Tori knows what she's doing while she's there. Tori's kills are way into the triple digits, so that's something to be proud of. And again, and there are the girls doing their ace dance.
Yeah, Mike, you can see the serving strategy right now for Los Altos. She's basically go after Isabel. She's their best hitter. Wear her out if you can. And just keep serving tough at her.
You know, it's interesting, Will, that they're not serving away from her.
Yeah, she's in the back row right now. And so she's not going to be hitting. So make her have to work.
Well, I take it back. She did serve it away from her there, but that's right into the net, which is not what she wanted. We got an 8-8 game now as Adrina, one more time. And up we go. And, ooh, tricky placement there. We'll talk about that at the end of the rally. And that one tipped, handled by Los Gatos, and they keep it in play. And winding up, and no, dug out beautifully there. That was Alice Patterson that did that one. And now, and once again, the ceiling coming into play on that. Alice Patterson, but Will, when it's right over the net, what do you try to do? What's your strategy when it's right over the net and you're not sure who that's going to go to?
Well, if it's an overpass, you basically have to put two hands and try to swipe that and bring it down. In that play, right, the set was a little low for the middle, so.
And Alice dug that out beautifully.
Two-hand swipe, there you go. That's what you're looking to do.
Ooh. And that one was just planted right in the center of the Los Altos defense. No chance at all. You had 6 people diving for it. No one was going to touch it.
Yeah, good job by Isabel. She showed like she was going to hit it hard in the last minute, dropped that elbow, did a little barreau shot, what we call a beach shot.
Beautiful technique. And so Adrina now on I think this may be a 3 or 4 serve run. And is handled. And again, double blocked, but recovered there by Jackie Wang. Now back over, handled by the libero. Setting up now. And that was Naomi who got that over, and some of that has to go to Naomi, but some of that, I think, is that also on the WildCats.
Well, and you know what? The setter was probably thinking what I was thinking. You've been setting to a hitter, they're getting blocked. Change it up, try something else, go to your best hitter, even though she's back row, like Los Gatos did in that final point last set.
And speaking of hitters, here's one, Alice Kutzy, who was on the serve there for the Eagles. And a great double block there. And, ooh, handled there, and now back over, and no, Enthoven taking that one. Set, and again dug out, almost hitting the ceiling again. And now for Jackie again, and that one's too far off.
Just a little bit early on that approach, she ended up hitting it behind her shoulder, and that's why it went out.
And Alice, only 19 sets playing, but a good controlled serve there, so she's got some potential
on this Eagle squad. Now served over. That was Taylor Vales there. And attempted a kill there and blocked. Now the Eagles set it up again. Handled by the Wildcats. Back pass. Standing kill attempt. Now set, and there's Naomi. And, okay, tipped there. Giving control back to the Eagles, and now off, and Jackie trying with a kill and bounced off on the double block, which is your enemy as much as it is your friend in situations like that, Will.
Got it. Yep. Find the block, hit it off the block. Yeah, I gotta give credit to Taylor Vales. That was a great save, and that's why she's on the varsity as a freshman.
Taylor Vales, a freshman, has played 37 sets and has received 104 serves. And on the varsity as a freshman, again, that says something for the talent that she has. Tipped over. Now Los Altos. Oh! And that one. And Sydney Enthoven's kind of looking, saying, what on earth just happened? Because I don't think she was expecting that at all.
Set was too tight, and unfortunately Jackie ran into the net.
Yeah. Wrong place, wrong time. Happens to the best of them. Now, line drive serve there, and that was Molina. And double block, and kept in play now by the Eagles. There's Naomi, back over. Dug out there by Adrina. Volleyed over. Jackie to Lauren. Tipped the wrong way. And Katie's going to beat herself up for that one a little bit. Great strategy, but I think she needed to go more horizontal than vertical on that one.
Yeah, the set still needs to come off the net. Still tight. That's a little bit better.
Now double block, and it's played into Los Gatos' hands. Good attempt at a kill there, but it's handled by Los Altos. Now over, and valiant attempt there to chase it down, but that ended up in the Los Gatos bench. And Los Altos never going to say die on that one.
That's a really nice set by the Los Altos setter. The pass going to the left, and she back set to the right, and I don't think the blockers were able to form a solid block.
Now Corrine McCabe. And that's handled. She was serving. Corrine served there. Dug out there by Naomi. And now Lauren. And now all the way across. And that was Katie Kishton who got that one. And tipped over. And Lauren's going to be hating herself for that one for a little while.
Nice swing by Isabel. She showed that she was going to go across. And at the last minute, roll it down line.
Now Sydney Rogers is your new server for the Wildcats. And that one, what else can we say about that one, Will, except that Los Altos needed it?
Yes. Go to your best hitter when all else fails.
So Caitlin Wong waiting to... somebody was trying to chase down a ball there, but that's why we got a couple of them here. Good serve there by Caitlin, and tipped over. Handled though. Caitlin tipped out, and Los Altos gets a little bit of a break off there as another one lands in the Los Gatos bench, and Los Altos stays control.
Making a bit of a comeback right here.
Oh, an unforced error there.
Yeah, Mike, and what we teach our kids is go ahead and serve flat, deep. Try to hit those seams. Go for those end lines. So sometimes you miss, and then sometimes you get an ace.
You know, we've talked about Camille Blanc being the leader in aces for the Eagles, but if you look at what Caitlin is doing, she is really making a stand here, and she has brought the Eagles back to tie the score.
And now take the lead.
And may I say, take the lead now. That's right. Caitlin's got 150 aces as of right now, and she's working on 151. But that won't be it. That's a little bit off, but Los Altos gets the lead, and they prove that they can rely on their serving game just as much as the Wildcats can.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Peter, I'm happy with that. I got a 3-point run before I gave it up, so that works.
And here comes Isabel Isick. Line drive and a little bit too low. So sometimes it's not always a floater. Sometimes it is a line drive.
Or a sinker ball in this
Or
case.
a sinker ball. Yeah, well, the baseball season's ending, so we better get in those remarks while we can, huh? Now here's Katie Kishton. That's dug out there by Isabel, and suddenly tipped by Adrina. And Adrina, I think, knew what she was going to do about an hour before she walked into this gym.
Yep, you love that. Setters love that. Setters love to be hitters. Hitters love to be setters sometimes. And so she got a kill on her stats for her.
Emily Goldrup, once again, going from libero to server. And there it goes. Dug out. Oh, and that one, oh, they keep it in play. So Los Altos may get another chance at this. Dug out, and Caitlin, valiant effort, but it wasn't able to keep it in play, and the Wildcats maintain a 1-point lead. Serve back over, and oh, somebody got to hit that ball, and the Eagles do keep it in play, but would not as double block there, but good recovery by the Wildcats. Los Altos. And oh, beautifully played there, and I thought that one was over for sure. Now that time. And Naomi was not to be denied on that one, Will.
Yeah, but you got to give credit to Los Gatos. That was a great save, great athletic play.
That was a beautiful back pass, and I don't think I've seen one better than that all season. Now the Wildcats trying to come back and play their game. Ooh, great
nice
defense. Jackie Wang is beginning to get, maybe the Wildcats are beginning to realize, okay, Jackie Wang can only going to hit it so many different directions, and they're going to adjust to that.
Yeah, that was just a really nice in-tempo set, and Jackie was right on it, so nice job.
Naomi continuing to serve, and dug out again there by Emily. And over. Now somebody's got to get out of the way, and there's Naomi, and Naomi! And that is one that she wants on her highlight reel.
Yep, good timeout from Coach Oscar right now. Let's slow it down, slow down the momentum, a little bit of breather, reset, run your play, figure out what we're going to run, and get a side out.
And Oscar did call a timeout, and probably just what he needed. So now, when you have the momentum and a timeout comes, how do you maintain your momentum if you're not actually out on the court hitting the ball around?
As a bench, I think you're going to help your teammates. Look for opportunities to say, hey, serve to one of the people there, or on defense, here's what I'm seeing the hitter do. So, kind of get involved in the play somehow, even though you're not playing.
So you're really not in a position where you can tune out of a game, even if you're on the bench.
Yeah, you never want to. As a coach, if I have to call someone in the bench into the court, I would expect them to know what they're doing, so they can't check out.
Well, Naomi, in just this year, 70 sets, 278 kills, and a 212 hitting percentage. So she is a force to be reckoned with, and she's going to be here for 2 more years.
Yeah, just a sophomore.
Yeah, so nothing but good times ahead. Right now, having a quick conversation there with Caitlin. And Coach Oscar having a quick conversation with Adrina.
So right now, if I'm Los Gatos, I'm going to try to run a play where I would maybe have Milena try to hit on the left. She's proven that she can get killed on the left. Let's see if that's what they'll run.
And there they go.
Nope, she's running middle.
Oh, Jackie Wang, who's had a lot of success tonight, Will, with that right-handed kill attempt right to the center of the court, and the Los Gatos defense wasn't having it.
Look at the celebration for Adriana, though. Setters love that. Get a big block in the front row like that.
And the serve has now returned to the Wildcats. And once again, Adrina Tang. Dug out there by Caitlin. Jackie.
Nope.
Oh!
Yep, no touch on the block. 4 contacts. Yeah, you can see basically just hit tape, no touch on the block.
What you gonna do? Adrina again. Digging it out. Handled and back over there. It's Naomi. Libero coming charging in. That was Emily Goldrup. Now back over. Back pass. Good dig there by Adrina. Now the kill attempt, tipped, controlled by Los Altos. Jackie. And not much competition, or communication. Somebody came in and saved the day on that one. And that time, there was no stopping Claire Kwok there. Claire, the middle blocker, junior middle blocker, standing 5'10", and just great initiative there is what I saw.
Yeah, and just great rally, great defensive play. Kudos to both liberos.
And Claire doesn't miss much. She's got a 389 hitting percentage. Now, is that Alice Kutzy? I believe it is. Ooh. You know, Will, if you are Coach Oscar, you're going to have to talk to your back line a little bit. There have been an awful lot of those that I've seen headed for the gym door off of a misplaced hit.
Yeah, I mean, serving, it's about the seams, about protecting the seams, about commitment, a system. So in this case, if there's 2 players going after it, as much as you like it, you do want one person saying, that's my seam, that's my commit, that's my ball, I'm going to take it. So maybe that's something he's going to talk about right now.
Is that sort of a version of a zone defense when you're talking about, you know, you're going to play in one area or you're going to claim the ball?
Yeah, exactly. So basically, you know, passing in space. You definitely want your libero taking more of the seams, so that way it allows your outside hitters to release and hit. So, yeah.
There are 4 liberos on this Los Gatos team. Taylor Vales we've talked about, and Emily Goldrup's seen quite a bit. But the other 2, Lizzie Armstrong and Jackie Verga, we haven't seen them a whole lot tonight. And if we have, they haven't been playing the libero position.
No, it's been Emily the whole match so far.
Well, no, I think Taylor may have been there also, Will. But I don't know if she's been playing libero, but I know she's seen some court time.
Yeah, she was a defensive specialist, yep.
So here's Alice.
So there you go. You have the libero take the ball.
And there she is.
Now you're in system. Whoop.
Oh,
not so
interesting pass. And that's an interesting response, too, there. Okay, and Los Altos was not prepared for that one, so they are thanking their lucky stars for the net on that one. If that had gone over, Will, we would be looking at a 22-20 game.
Yeah, it was well played. It was the right play. The libero passed it, and then you basically had Isabel hit back row, and she's had success. But in this case, the set quite wasn't there.
Well, yeah, and I think she was a little too far off the net. So Alice continuing to serve. I think this is a 3 or 4 serve run that she has here. Now, hang on, Alice. You got to serve the ball here. There she goes. Dug out by the libero. And a beautiful double block there. And how about that defense, Will?
Great
Absolutely
block.
Professionally done.
Yeah, no seat there. Yeah, I don't see any gaps. Oh, way to reach over. That's textbook right there. Reach over and press.
And they were stretched out for that from the very beginning. Yeah. So Los Altos closing in on taking this second set after being down 1. But Los Gatos not going to go quietly. And good dig there by Emily. And okay, an excellent dig there by Katie. And now back over, and just over that picket fence strategy by Los Gatos. And I don't know if you can teach something like that, Will.
That's just calling an oops hit. But hey, on the stats, it shows as a kill, so it doesn't matter how pretty it is.
And no one will forget that it wasn't pretty. So, set point here for Los Altos. They've got a 5-point lead after a great serving run there. And that's just long. And that could have brought it home, and I think Naomi...
Yeah, if I'm Coach Peter, I'm happy with that. Go. It's game point, swing hard.
Game point, but now, as they always say, to each other, they say they got to finish strong, and so they've still got that 1 point they've still got to get. Handled by Los Altos, back pass, deflected. Now set, poked over. Naomi, and dug out there. Oh, that was almost. And that's going to do it. Another unforced error by Los Gatos, and we're going to talk. We'll talk about that after we come back. But that is the second set, and it goes to Los Altos, and I think they earned about 90% of that.
Yeah, serving tough. I mean, I think towards the end you can see there were just a lot of either aces or passes are out of system, or they were chasing down passes. So can't get a kill if you got to free ball it over. So this is, I think, for Coach Oscar, that's something they got to clean up. Let's get better at our passing, and then we can run our offense.
Well, we've played 2 sets, and each team has one of them. So we're going to be back for set 3 here at Dude Angus Gym at Los Altos High School. Don't go away. We're back here live at Dude Angus Gym, where we have the Eagles with 1 set and the WildCats with 1 set. And Will, what we saw was very different in set 2 than it was in set 1. Obviously, there were a lot of key plays, of course. But we saw Los Gatos toward the end begin to commit a lot of unforced errors that really brought that home. And that can't be a good sign for a Wildcat team that is playing on the road after losing in straight sets.
Yeah, but I think the good thing, Mike, is the set's over. So if I'm Coach Oscar, I'm saying, hey, it's done. What are you going to do in this next set? So let's clean up some of the stuff like you talked about. Let's go ahead and get our passing better, and then we'll see what it takes.
And Los Gatos going to serve. Headed into our 3rd set.
And
of course, it
is Adrina Tang. Dug out there, back pass, and great handling there. Oh! It looked to me as if the setter there just kind of received the volley and then just kind of left it hanging.
Yeah, she just tried to touch it, hope somebody would save it. Unfortunately, it just fell on the other player's lap and was called for a lift.
Well, she did have to get out of the way, but that's got to be a little bit frustrating. So Lauren Wang here, and dug out there by Emily. Los Gatos keeps it in play, but Caitlin able to dig it out. And that time, no, it's still live.
And it's back over. Great handling there by the Eagles, and that one was just too long. And I think
that is a testament to patience, because the Eagles did not demand to have their own way on that. They let that relay go the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, that's just good athletic play and just not quitting.
And that time dug out
there by Lauren. And handled again by Los Gatos. Okay, kind of a looping volley over. There's Katie Kishton. Back over now. Popped over by, that's Melina Pasek, I beg your pardon. And now brought home there by Katie Kishton. And Katie, I feel like, was scouting for ball placement on that all night long.
That's a nice line shot, recognizing who your blocker is. And I think she had a bit of a height advantage over Skylar there, so went down line.
Well, since we haven't, Skylar is 5'7", and Katie's 5'11". So, yeah, kind of a significant height advantage there, I'd say. This is a game of inches, after all. Now, Taylor Vales. Dug out there. And a great double block there. And it was Melina Pasek, and I think Isabel was in on that one too.
Yep. So again, the difference, right? You got two bigger blocks there, and then she gets roofed.
Now we got a 3-2 match going here. And running in there, trying to poke it over, up into the rafters.
Ooh.
Oh!
Double.
Double. I didn't see the double, but in any case, it would have been a tough shot to make because that pass, let's just see that again.
Yeah, when you saw the ball kind of came off funny off her hand, you could hear the sound of it too.
Yeah,
so.
well, the pass was behind her, so I think she did the best she could just to get anything onto that one. Oh, and that's the second time tonight that the Eagles have been fooled by that quick set over.
Yeah,
it's only been used twice. I mean, you don't want to go to the well too often with that, Coach.
No, not at all. But you also teach your players to play base defense just to stop things like that.
And Melina trying to get that one over and a little bit too far. So Los Altos back in control here. That's Caitlin. The 5-3 lead. Oh, Emily digging that one out. She might have wanted to let one go. That one's floating. Blocked. Volleyed over again. I think that might have been Lauren Wang. And now tipped over again. Back set. Anybody there to receive it? Oh, swatting away at it. Are they going to be able to get it over? Yes, they are. But it's too far. Still, that was desperation volleyball, Will. I mean, that they were just trying to do anything to keep that thing in the air.
Yeah, just really good play by Los Gatos. Just refusing to let a ball drop and just going after it. That's what you need.
And now Katie, I beg your pardon, that's Sydney Rogers there with the serve. And Sydney's going to keep serving there. That one was bashed into the net. And we are in a 5-5 game. And off the net, difficult one to play, but they managed to do it. Good job there by Los Gatos. And now, and that one was not to be denied. So now Los Altos again with a 1-point lead.
Yeah, Mike, again, just really impressed by Los Gatos in their defense. Just balls you think are going to drop, they saved. So unfortunately, couldn't save that last point.
It's Sydney played as a freshman and then was out last year and now back as a junior. And she had a very nice serving run there. Dug out, kind of a low pass there. And attempted a cross court, but too far away and not a good angle. And so Los Altos dodging another bullet there.
Yeah, so Mike, that's an example where you serve. In this case, they were serving Isabel, made her have to make the play, and then she had to go and hit, and it was a lot of work there.
Yeah, a lot of running around.
Yep.
And oh, wow. Again, a little bit of deception there put on by the Wildcats. I think Los Altos was expecting a strike from their right and the Los Gatos left.
Yeah, that's a very nice run. This is what we call rotation one, where the hitter's on the right side, and she comes and hits up the middle.
And faked him out completely.
Yep.
So Los Altos. Oh, and talk about your unforced errors. That just equaled the score. And Los Gatos doing their own little ace dance now. Oh, double block there. Handled by Los Altos. Now we'll try it again. That one got over the double block. Passed and a gentle dig, and Los Altos isn't fooled, but what are we going to have here? And Los Gatos comes away with it, and I think that was the right call.
Yeah, it was close. The up ref overruled the line judge and make the call.
Great reaction, but if you're reacting, you're not aiming. At least that's what they used to tell me. And Isabel with a line drive that went straight into the net, and so now we're back to an 8-8 game. Los Altos getting serve again. And coach, guess who?
There we go. This is really the serving game. It's so mental, especially when you go these long games. You know, can you stay focused? Can you serve to your target?
We were talking during the break saying this may go to 5, and that's going to say a lot for which team wants it more and which team is in better physical condition. In addition to having that mental aspect that you talked about.
Yep.
Now a back set, and a great attempt there, and they're still keeping it alive.
Yep. 2 contacts.
Too hard off there, but Caitlin Wong, just an amazing attempt there.
Yeah.
She just went out, all out on that one. We're not going to be able to see that one, but just amazing. Now handled by Los Altos very patiently. Emily digging it out on that one, and the kill too far away and not enough height. So we're in a 9-9 match now.
Yeah, Coach Oscar is applauding though. That was a really good play. Just couldn't quite execute.
Sydney Enthoven coming back into the game now for the Eagles, and Sydney is the tallest girl on the team. She is an even 6 feet. And here's Alice Kutsi. And that one, 2 of them going for it and didn't quite get it either way.
Perfect jump float, and that ball just dies right in front of them.
That's got to be frustrating.
Drops again.
Yep. Nicely centered. Alice had to come running out of oblivion to get that one. Now off the ceiling, and they're going to call that one for Los Altos.
Yeah. If it hits a ceiling and then goes to the other side, it's an automatic out.
So you can't count on the ceiling to always be your friend in rallies like this.
On your side, it's good. On the other side, not so much.
Not so good, okay. All right, well, we're back now. And Los Gatos is going to get one of those back.
Yeah,
and that one ended up in the Los Altos bench, and so now we're switching serves yet again.
Yeah, nice swing by Skylar. Basically swing hard and through that block.
And Adrina Tang taking over serving now. Ooh, dug way out there. And tipped and mishandled there, and so Los Gatos coming away with it again. But that's volleyball for you. So now we've once again got ourselves an 11-11 tie. Here comes Los Gatos. Oh, right off the top of the net, a net cord, as we might say. And now jumped and blocked by Los Altos, and Los Altos gets the serve back again.
That was a really nice play by Adrina, though. It was really, really tight, but she was able to stay off the net and deliver a high set. Just, again, couldn't finish.
I think that might have been Skylar McKinnon who was in on that one, too. Now over, that's Lauren Wang. And tipped over and tipped out of bounds. And that is, again, it proves that it's a game of inches, because that needed about 4 inches more, and Los Gatos would have robbed Los Altos of a point there. Now Lauren continuing with the serve. Dug out. And tipped over, and Los Altos going to need to handle it in a hurry, and they do. Set. And that was Ashlyn Vervalen showing what she can do. And did we get a timeout? No, we didn't.
Yeah, again, the blocker is a little bit late there. You can see a little bit of seam there, and the hands are kind of waving. So you want to be able to sort of press over and hold as long as you can.
Yes, and make sure that your elbow isn't bent. Now volleyed over. There's Lauren and Katie Kishton slamming the door on that one. And Los Altos maintaining a small lead over the Wildcats. And Katie Kishton, I don't know how familiar you are with her, Will, but she's just putting on a clinic tonight.
Yeah, I think comes from a family of volleyball players, right?
Yes, she does. Now here's Camille. And Camille, we said, coming in, leading with aces. Now that wasn't one of them. But Camille's serving style, very smooth, very controlled. And just bad luck, she didn't get the support that she was looking for.
Yeah, another kid that I coached at 15, so I like to take credit for that serve.
Okay. Somebody's got to go get that one. And,
smart play.
Beautifully done. And ball placement there into the backcourt. I don't think I've seen Los Altos come away with a point like that tonight.
Yeah, that's perhaps a little bit of scouting ahead of time and seeing that there was an opening there.
Yep. Volleyed. And, okay, Caitlin handles that one. And Naomi, but Los Gatos able to control again. And Caitlin trying to get that one, and an overhead reception is not, or an overhand reception, usually not the thing you want to do. And now Sydney Rogers coming into the game. And Sydney maybe feeling a little bit of pressure there. Volleyed that one in, and Los Altos still keeping that 2-point lead. And here comes Katie Kishton to serve for the Eagles. Low.
Net.
And I think they stepped, did they step over the midline?
It was a net call on Adrina. Her back brushed the net in the bottom. You can see it.
That'll
a little
do
bit.
it.
Yep.
That'll do it.
Although she was arguing that.
Certainly not intentional, but you can't read a player's mind if you're a judge. Set up, and ooh, looping. That fooled me too. Oh, mishandled there, now controlled and back over. Great recovery there by Los Altos. Now back set, and that was Olivia Lowe who put that away and did so in very admirable fashion. Take over here, Will.
So again, just a little late in the block, not pressing over, and that was why she was able to get on the Los Altos side.
And that brings number 37 in terms of kills for Olivia. And that one, not well had. Los Altos just from the very beginning, from the time that ball was served, I don't think Los Altos was ready for anything.
No, and again, their serving strategy is to go after Naomi. So she's got to be ready to step up.
And that's Isabel Isick serving one more time. And there you go. And Naomi, I don't think was ready for that. But it doesn't seem to have mattered because Camille Blanc, whom we know is a server, comes back with that one and does a great job in bringing that home. And then Camille, again, known for serving aces, but now has kill number 12. And here's Naomi. And that time, Los Altos was able to dig it out, Will.
Yep. Fool me once, shame on me.
Well, they got fooled twice, but not a third time. Maybe the third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm. There we go. Mix up my metaphors.
There you go. And 1916, and Oscar decides he wants to talk to his team.
Yeah, Mike, one thing I've noticed is on the second set, we talked a lot about the serving, or sorry, the passing. And this set, for Los Gatos at least, I've counted at least, 3 or 4 missed serves into the net. And so that's maybe one thing that Oscar wants to address. But again, you're within 3, so it's to 25. So, plenty of opportunity. So again, reset and then get that side out.
The thing that surprised me is that a lot of the girls on both the Wildcats and the Eagles are using jump serves, and you would think that'd be more conducive to getting over the net, but we've seen, as you said, 3 or 4 hit the net fair and square, and so now it's a side out for the other team.
Yeah, again, back to it's a mental game. I teach my kids, do you have a game plan on your back of the line there, and stick to your process.
How much is visualization part of that? I mean, if you're teaching serving, or do you teach your students to, visualize the ball lofting over?
Yeah, I think what we visualize is looking at your target, visualizing where you want the ball to be, and then following up and executing to it.
But for now, we're back to Naomi. Naomi Cremu. Gonna have a quick word there with Caitlin Wong.
So if I'm Los Gatos right now, and looks like Isabel is in the back row, I may try to run a pipe and see if she can get a kill.
You're going to have to explain that when we get done on the other side here. All right, now the judges are ready to go. And here comes Naomi. Jump serve, just like we were telling you about, and it was an ace. And that was beautifully done.
It was perfect serve float flat between 2 passers. Neither one went after it.
And so Naomi's heading for 40 aces in her career at Los Altos. Oh, not that time. Not that time. And Los Altos was having none of it, and they were well prepared for that. And I think that is a trick that Oscar Crespo is going to have to put back in the bag because it's not working anymore.
Great recognition by the blockers that the setter is front row, so she can dump, so they went up with her.
Well handled there. Now, long attempt at a kill, and that one would look like we used to say had a license to fly.
Yeah.
Now, what did you mean by a pipe for the kill? I mean, can you set the stage for us a little bit here,
so there's actually a 10-foot line, and if you're a back row in the rotation, you are not allowed to jump in front of that 10-foot line and attack the ball. So in this case, Isabel is a back row player, but she can still hit, as we remember in set 1. She hit from the back row and got a kill. So in this case, the setter's the front row. She's in the back row. You set the ball around the 10-foot line and let her jump and hit and hopefully get a kill and get a side out.
And that's called a pipe.
That's called a pipe if you hit it in the middle. Yep.
And that's your volleyball lesson from Coach Will. I know it was my volleyball lesson. So Los Altos now with a 6-point lead, and Will, I don't remember seeing a bigger lead all night, hardly at all ever.
Nope. This is Los Altos kind of pulling away right at this point. But again, we're playing at 25, so Los Gatos plenty of time if they just need to get that side out and then get themselves on a serving run.
And Los Altos perhaps seeing that they too could break into the same cluster of really exceptional teams, of which Pally is currently the leader.
Okay, this is where Los Gatos has to make a run.
Good double blocking there. Back over, tipped, and handled by Los Altos. And again, that libero doing a fantastic job. Now dug out by the other libero. This is almost a match of liberos, and that one just too hard, and Naomi's scolding herself for that one. But an excellent rally nonetheless.
Yeah, go ahead and swing hard and see what happens.
Emily Goldrup, her second service. Dug out by Caitlin. Now over by Jack, and Jackie will take that one. That one was off 2 or 3 different Wildcat players.
As Los Altos closing in on the third set.
She's saying happy birthday to me. Thank you for that touch.
Yeah. That's not a gift that's going to keep on giving, though, I'll tell you that. And now Alice Kutzi, the 5'6" junior. And up we go, and down we go. Handled again by Emily.
Yep, there's your pipe.
There's Isabel, and Los Altos managing to save the day one more time. And beautifully done there. That was Melina Pasek, who said, hey, that's my territory. I think I'm going to stake a claim on it. Thank you very much. And Los Altos, no chance at all for getting that one back.
Oh.
And now Adrina Tang. As Los Gatos is still 4 points down, so they've got to. They didn't make a run last time, but they got to make one now. Dug out. Set. Now tipped over, but Los Gatos isn't fooled. Now, great double block there. They're going to try it again. No. Handled. There's Kishton.
Ooh.
And sneaky Melina Pasek.
Unfortunately, there was a net call.
And too sneaky for her own good, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was on call on number 14, Ashlyn.
Yeah, that was Ashlyn Vervalen. But you can't let that get in the way of the job you have to do. It's set point now for Los Altos. Net cord. Handled now. And, oh, just too far ahead. And when you've got one-handed hits like that, Coach, I think the best thing you can do is shut up, sit down, and hold on.
You say thank you, and let's move on.
Yep. You learn your lesson, but there's not a whole lot you can do about it. Now Taylor Vales. And that was just out. I don't think Jackie was happy about that one. Taylor Vales is standing at 5'2". And yet not using a jump serve. Unusual for somebody that height, I think. And that time, Los Altos said, we have waited long enough. We don't want to play this game anymore. We are going to take this set. And that's just what they did. Tell us what you see here, Coach.
Again, just a really good passing system, 3 hitters. So as a blocker, you got to figure out who she's setting. In this case, a nice back set. Got the kill.
So now we're headed into set 4. But Los Gatos, if they are living up to their history, is going to refuse to go quietly. So we're going to see what happens here in set number 4 when we come back to Los Altos High School and Dude Angus Stadium. Don't go away. We're back here at Dude Angus Gym at Los Altos High School, where the home Lady Eagles have opened up a 2-1 set lead over the visiting Los Gatos Wildcats. I'm Mike Messner. My partner here is Will Lowe. And Will, when you are as close as Los Altos is, you got one more set and then you've taken this one. Is there a tendency to get a little bit smug or to get a little bit more relaxed in your play?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You do get relaxed. You're ahead. You won by quite a bit of a lead there, and so there might be a little bit of confidence. And so again, as a coach, Coach Peter Kim, he's got to remind them it's got to be best out of 5, and you got to win that third set. And if I'm Los Gatos, you know, Coach Oscar is reminding them, look, it does take 3 wins, and it's best out of 5. So stay focused on this one. Don't look ahead, and let's clean up some of the things we not so good in that third set, like our serving.
That's Peter Kim there on our shot, and his assistant Jerry Messerschmidt was there with him. And Peter and Jerry have been working together for quite a while at Los Altos High School, and their chemistry is good. They seem to be good friends, and they know what they're doing. And that's the thing that's impressed me the most about everything that they do here.
It's nice when you have continuity in a good program.
For Los Gatos, they are up against the wall because they cannot afford to lose this set. They need to take it, and they need to take it big. and show the Eagles that they are still in this game and that they are not going to go quietly. And here we go. And that's Jackie Wang serving for Los Altos, and ran into a little bit of trouble there, and Los Gatos right off the bat with a 1-point lead. And Adrina Tang there's Adrina. Dug out there by Caitlin. And there's the Naomi Cremud that my partner here has come to know and love.
Yeah, is there any surprise that you're going there for a first ball side out?
So now the serve returning to Los Altos, Caitlin Wong. The libero, of course. Great serve that's handled there by Los Gatos. A little bit of running around there, but it did pay off.
Yeah, Mike, this is so much fun. Here you've got setting Naomi, the leader in kills for her team, and then on the flip side, Los Gatos sets it over to Isabel, the leader in kills for her team.
The mobility of the WildCats is really impressing me in this game so far. I mean, they can be all over the court, and they will be right back at the net before you know it.
Right, great scrappy defense.
Oh, dug out. Desperate move there, and that one's not going to have a chance. So now 3-1 in favor of the WildCats. And Isabel Isick. And that one a little bit far, and that came right at our cameraman over there.
Not very impressed by his passing platform, though.
No, but I'm just hoping he doesn't have to file a workers' comp claim. And that one went down very dramatically, and I think that may have been Naomi Cremud in on that one. And Katie Kishton continuing to serve. Oh! And Sydney Rogers, no, I take that back. That was Isabel Isick.
Isabel, yeah, you can see she hesitated just a little bit. Might have misread that serve.
And you can't hesitate like that if you're going to be taking serves from Katie
There you
Kishton.
go. That's a little bit more aggressive.
Cross-court attempt. Los Altos will take advantage of it, and they've got a 5-3 lead in what would be their home stretch set. And Katie Kishton still serving for them.
Nice pass, right in the middle. There you go.
Oh, Caitlin taking a long run, and it is back over. Well done there by the Eagles. And tipped back. There's Naomi. Back pass there. Handled again by the WildCats. And dug out there. That was Skylar McKinnon there on the kill, or the attempt. That one's kind of left hanging. The libero has to run in and grab it. And too much going on.
And we've got a and there you see libero in the net.
Libero in the net. Sounds like a good novel. And that one into the, whoa, okay, into the ceiling and came down very hard. And Adrina wasn't prepared for that. And I think Oscar is saying we need to have a conversation here.
Yeah, just a little bit discombobulated in some other plays, so let's make a change.
So now with
So now we're going to be back again. And Katie Kishton still serving for the Eagles.
So if the pass is perfect, I would try to run that middle.
And here it comes. Dug out again by the libero. Volleyed back now to center court and dug out beautifully by Los Altos. And Los Altos, nope, tipped. And just too far there. Great attempt there by Caitlin Wong and a great overall rally, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, we try to teach our kids when they dig to dig off the net, sort of more around the 10-foot line. You can see where this one was way too tight to do anything with.
And now Melina Pasek. Line drive serve and right to Caitlin Wong. And over and bouncing around a little bit there. And when the smoke clears, it's back over. Los Altos has it. And Naomi. And she is loving that one. This is a game she's going to remember for a long time, Coach.
Yeah, it was a nice placement right inside the block, the middle blocker's right hand, and it tooled the block.
So we're in an 8-4 contest now. There's a serve by Naomi, handled by Emily. And, ooh, good attack there down the line. Handled by Los Altos, and Jackie wasn't prepared to get the rebound on that. And we're now in an 8-5 game, and Los Gatos always searching for the opportunity to get possession of the ball back because they are not ready to go home yet, Will. Now there's Caitlin. Set for Jackie.
That's a better set.
And the double block. And maybe those wrists weren't quite where they needed to be because it kind of ricocheted into center court and there was nobody there to pick it up.
Yeah, Mike, with the difference between the first hit, this hit and the last hit was the one before, the set was a little bit off. That's where Jackie should have maybe go high hands a little bit, but on a good set, swing away.
Now that's Alice Kutzi. And in what I would only describe as a fluke, that one just floated in and took up residence in the Los Altos center court.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty.
So here comes Taylor Vales. And Taylor, knowing exactly what the wind-up's going to be, comes off with a good one. And now, oh, Olivia Lowe did a leaping attempt to try to get that one, and she just didn't quite get enough height on that one.
Yeah, trying to run a slide on that one. I think she might have not only high, but maybe pushed a little too far, and Olivia just couldn't chase it down.
Yeah, couldn't see that, but in any case. Now Lauren Wang. Over the net, dug out by Emily.
Yep.
Now set.
Go to Isabel.
And too far. So now Los Altos again with a 5-point lead. And I'm beginning to wonder, Will, if Los Gatos is feeling just a little bit of bewilderment at this point because they are throwing everything they can at the Eagles and it's not working.
Yeah, things just really aren't clicking, but let's see if she can connect here.
And again, too far off. And you got to wonder under those circumstances, Coach, whether or not the Los Gatos Wildcats might be just a little out of gas right about now.
Potentially, if I'm Coach Oscar at this point, maybe I got to call a timeout and just take a breather.
Well, if they continue this run much further, I would definitely call a timeout. Dug out beautifully and staying alive with Caitlin Wong. Tipped. But again, the Eagles are able to play it off, and that time a double hit. And there's life in the Wildcats yet.
Yeah, really nice try there by Lauren.
Yeah, but I did see the double hit on that one. And Lauren's feeling bad about that one. So now Emily Gouldrup. And it's over, and not well handled, but recovered, and no, Naomi wasn't able to quite get that over. That would have been a classic recovery story if it had been. Not quite there, but we're back now. New point, new day. And Jackie, nice one, but it's handled very well by the Wildcats. And for the third time, we have an overshot kill attempt. And there's going to be some sort of a substitution. I think that's Camille Blanc coming in. And we know about Camille's pedigree.
It's a good float.
34 serving aces, that's more than 3 times the national average. And that one is going to give a point, and I don't know why Oscar isn't calling a timeout right now.
He's standing up, so potentially.
It may not be long now. Here's Camille. Great jump serve there. Dug out by Emily. Now set. And now Los Gatos maybe seeing some daylight there. As Adrina, once again, Adrina Tang coming to the line. Dug out there by Camille and Naomi. Handle tipped over, and somehow or another, Lauren Wang managing to keep it alive, but not a good ending to that little story.
It's a good attempt.
Great attempt, but not enough, and if you're down on the floor, there's only so much leverage you're going to get anyway. Now handled there by Naomi to Lauren. Long set, and Los Gatos not able to recover from that, and that was taking victory out of the jaws of defeat on that one, Coach.
Absolutely, that set was really tight, but she stretched with everything she had.
So good things do happen.
Oh. And here you can see Coach Oscar is complaining about that call, probably maybe a net, and now we just got a yellow for that.
Tell us what that means, Coach.
So that's basically a warning from the coach. I've had enough, I heard you, and let's move on.
So if another one's, will he be given a one-trip ticket back to Los Gatos?
Yeah, basically he would be asked to leave.
That would be a first. I've seen baseball managers thrown out of games, but I've never seen a volleyball coach asked to leave. Doesn't look like it's going to happen now anyway. And Los Gatos trying for an attempt, and that's a single block there. I think that might, now there's the double block. Not necessary there. Back pass. Dug out by the libero. Good overhead spin there. Tipped over, Naomi, and Los Gatos handles. Now set by Lauren. Los Gatos still handling. And it's long again. Split-second decision, and it's not paying off.
Yeah, Mike, I'm definitely feeling the momentum on the Los Altos side. Just seems like everything they do is sort of working.
Yeah. And Los Altos can smell that last set. And again, an amazing attempt there by Caitlin Wong, but Los Gatos has life in them yet.
That's a great response by Los Gatos and great response by Isabel.
Now let's see if Isabel and her teammates can make something out of it. They are 5 points behind. And there it goes. And line drive serve, and as you said, serving is a mental game, and that might have been a little bit of a mental error. Now Katie Kishton. Katie looking very relaxed. And up it goes. Dug out, and too much of a dig, and it's one of those things where in the moment, I don't suppose you can really know how hard it's going to go off your wrists.
Yeah, she on that serve is a lot of top spin, and that ball literally just broke right in front of Isabel there. And now she's getting subbed out, and we're putting in a defensive specialist.
Volleyed over. And a great attempt at a kill, and Los Altos digs it out again, playing off the rafter. And there's Naomi. Los Gatos handling it one more time. Tipped. Taken by Caitlin. Volleyed. And that time, Tori Hausch was denied by what might be called, I think, the twin towers of the Los Gatos defense there. That was Melina who's in on that once again, and Melina's now serving. There's the serve.
Perfect pass.
And tipped over, but handled by the Wildcats. Bumped in, bumped over. Tipped. Caitlin running all over the place to get that one. There's Camille. Played off the roof. And they get it in, and maybe they should have let that one go, but Caitlin gets it, and that one taken downtown, and that's Tori Hausch getting a little bit of redemption there. And I'd say, Will, she needs that, because Tori's been kind of quiet tonight.
Yeah, definitely quiet, but you know what? Timely kills.
I guess it doesn't matter when you get to the party as long as you arrive, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good hard serve there. Dug out by the libero, and now over by Skylar. Set and controlled. Los Altos. Now Los Gatos, and the libero running again. And here's Caitlin, keeping it alive, setting. Here's Naomi, bumped there. Libero and over, bumped again by Caitlin. Set over for Jackie, and the libero managed, and Los Gatos not able to keep that one going as Los Altos grinds a little closer to that all-important third
nice
set.
Play all around. What I love is both sides were trying to swing away.
Yeah, they're going to leave it all on the court, if you will. And that one went straight in. So now can Los Gatos close the gap? With down by 7 points to a very consistent Los Altos Eagles squad. And they haven't proven themselves so far to be able to come back from deficits like that. Dug out by Caitlin, controlled, Jackie. And one more time as Los Altos turns the corner.
That's just a perfect play. You've got Caitlin passing in system, and you've got Jackie taking a big swing, hitting through that block.
And Jackie knew from, well, from the very beginning. There. So now Alice Kutzi. Alice, a strong server. Maybe an underrated server. And not one that she wanted, that one.
So if they're going to do it, they're going to make a run now. You've got Isabel now subbing in the front row.
And that's one Alice wants back. And now Taylor Vales. So if they want to make a run, Coach, I think right now is about the only time they have left.
Yeah, it's a good rotation. You've got, again, Isabel for 3 rotations in the front, so let's take advantage of it.
And Emily is your libero. Net cord. Back volleyed, now tipped.
There's one.
And I think that one's going to be scooped. No, it's a double. So a little bit of a run, but it's an unforced error as much as anything else.
Had to tip it over the block.
Taylor Vales serving again. And that one was out. So now just 3 points away from closing out what has been a pretty admirable performance, and Lauren Wang coming back in to serve for the Lady Eagles.
Okay. So if I'm on defense right now at Los Altos, I'm blocking on that right, and I'm stopping Isabel.
Oh. And a double block there, and Los Gatos manages to keep it alive. And there's one for Kishton. That's Katie. Looped over, Caitlin to Lauren. And Sydney Enthoven using all, how many would that be? 72 inches of her height.
Perfect timing, perfect tempo. Very nice.
And she knew where to place that one, too, so it would ricochet. And that one's just a little bit too long. And Los Altos not able to slam the door on the pesky Wildcats of Los Gatos. There's Emily Goldrup. Good pass, or good serve there. Bumped up, and now over there by Jackie. Headed back, and Katie Kishton bringing it home and bringing match point.
Yeah, Mike, again, when we dig, we really want to try to dig off the net, about 10 feet off the net. These overpasses don't help.
And look who's serving for the match. It is Camille Blanc. And Los Altos, I don't think has learned their lesson yet about how to deal with that quick reversal of fortune.
I think that's about 4 kills for Adrina.
Yes, and I think that is the 4th or 5th time they've tried that. And Los Altos looked like they'd responded to it, but they still hadn't learned their lesson. But it's still match point, Will. Here comes Adrina. Handled by Caitlin and Lauren. And dug out. Dug out again. Great job there. Now back over.
Oh.
And Naomi brings it home for the Los Altos Eagles. So in not quite a straight set victory, but 3-1, the Los Altos Eagles go up 2-0. And we may not see these two teams meet again this year, but Los Altos can say that they've beaten Los Gatos twice in the same season. And that is an impressive feat. So, Will, it seems from what I could tell at least, it's just the unforced errors and then the cohesion that you saw with the Wildcats in the first 2 sets, it just wasn't there by the time we got to the 4th set, and by that time it was too late for them to come back.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. It just seemed like Los Altos just made more plays, got more balls. And again, just the unforced errors. A lot of balls being hit out, a lot of serves into the net. That just doesn't help, and it breaks momentum. So.
And it is part of the game. I mean, not all of those. I mean, we know that it's going to be part of every match, but when you have to quantify it, that's probably when you're in trouble.
Yeah, and it just, again, recognizing, okay, it's not working, so where's the change, and can I do something different?
So we should talk a little bit about the people who brought this to you. Our producer and director for tonight's program was Rene Antonio Mendoza. Logistics and camera was Tim Erskine. Thank you, boss. The camera was Fabian Santos and Nick Borda. My gosh, they know more about volleyball than we do, Will. And a special thanks to Los Altos High School and its principal, Wynn Satterwhite. And this is a production of KMVT 15.org. May I say to you, Will, while we have this one last chance, that it has been a great night, and I had a lot of fun tonight. I can't tell you what a pleasure it was working with you this evening.
Yeah, likewise, a lot of fun, and thanks for allowing me this opportunity.
Well, for Will Lowe, I'm Mike Messner. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time here on KMVT. Good night, all.